What up, though? You are now rocking with the Onrea Initiative podcast. I am Brian Onrea, your host, and I am so thankful to be here today, man. You know, some people did not make it today. You know, some people didn't make it to see today. Some people have passed on, you know what I'm saying? Some people didn't wake up this morning, so I think it's always important to be appreciative and to be thankful. And I'm just extra thankful today, man, because I'm blessed. You know, I don't have to be here doing this, you know what I'm saying? You're blessed. You know, some people don't have the ability to listen to a podcast today. Some people don't have the ability to hear, you know, a good message or to see their favorite TV show or to be with their loved ones. You know, it's a blessing to make it today, man. I saw Samuel Jackson on Jimmy Kimmel the other day, and Jimmy asked him about how you doing. He said, look, man, at my age, any day I wake up is a blessing. Just waking up is a blessing, you know what I'm saying? He's in his 70s. Shout out to him. But I think that it is important, man, to just be thankful. You know, be thankful for your blessings. Be thankful that we're alive, man. I know a lot of us have goals and dreams that we're going after, and sometimes we fall short of our goals. Sometimes we fall short of our dreams and we get so frustrated. But instead of being frustrated, just be thankful for what you do have. Just be thankful for the progress that you did make, and be thankful that you still have a chance to get it right. You still have a chance to make an impact. You know, just because you might have failed before, just because things didn't work out before, don't mean they won't work out in the future. You know what I'm saying? So keep striving, you know what I'm saying? On that note, I do want to say a quick rest in peace to Carl Weathers. I posted a short on my YouTube page. I posted it on Instagram as well. Just a little dedication to Carl Weathers. I looked up to him growing up, you know, seeing him in Rocky as Apollo Creed, you know what I'm saying? Seeing him in Action Jackson. And as a kid, you know, we had a few stars like Eddie Murphy. We had a couple stars in the 80s, but not a whole lot of black people on the screen to look up to as young black men. And he was one of those, you know. I liked him in the Mandalorian TV series, you know what I'm saying? I saw him in that commercial recently with Gronkowski. You know, a big shout out and love to Carl Weathers, man. Your legacy will live on, and we love you, you know what I'm saying? So just be thankful for life, y'all. Just be thankful for life. And for those of us that have experienced loss, have seen loved ones, you know, leave this earth and make that transition, just know that, you know, you'll see them again, you know, in the next life, you know what I'm saying? Prayerfully, you know. But yeah, man, having got all that out the way, man, let's get right into the talk for today. Let's get right into the topics for today, man. I want to start off with Benzino, man. Benzino. Ray Benzino, man, you had us fooled, man. Just to get you all up to speed, man, you know, Eminem dropped a diss in a song called Doomsday Part 2, where he took some shots at Benzino. I thought it was really good. Benzino had been taking shots at him for years, and he ain't said nothing. So he finally responded. Thought it was pretty good. Benzino came back with a couple diss tracks. One of them was called The New Elvis or some kind of Elvis. I forget the title of the song, but basically he was calling Eminem Elvis, saying that he was appropriating black culture. And I thought it was a pretty good diss. He was really going in, and he was rapping so good on there. I'm like, he didn't write that. You know, I had high suspicions that he didn't write that. But then, shout out to the Wolf of Hip Hop. I want to shout out the Wolf of Hip Hop because I'm going to show this footage that I saw in Wolf of Hip Hop. Benzino came out and said that he didn't have no ghostwriters for this. So
I ate his up. I cooked him. Now, you know what I'm saying? Back in the day, he cooked me. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. But what you stands is not going to do it. What you saltines ain't going to do is try to come here and be like, I didn't do it. I didn't affect him. Stop it. To him, I don't want to hear that Ghostwriters. This is hip-hop, bro. This is hip-hop. I don't want to hear that Ghostwriters. Shut the fuck up. You mad because I'm spitting? I wrote that. Diseaster.
So I'm like, do I got to take his word for it? Do I take his word for it, or do I go off evidence? You know, the evidence of him not rapping good for 30 years, and all of a sudden he learned how to rap good. So I'm like, I don't know about that. But, you know, what can you do? Take his word for it. Then I guess he heard all the backlash of people saying that, you know, he didn't write it. Then he backtracked a little bit and says that he did have some help.
People ask, well, did somebody write it? Look, I was in the studio, and I was with the studio with some guys, and I was writing, and they was passing me lines, and it was just, yeah, you have a team. It's all right. I'm sure Eminem is in the studio with Royce, and Royce then gave him lines. All the amazing lyricists that he's been around, you don't think that they ain't gave him a line or two? It's hip hop. It's okay. The bottom line was I spit it. And the bottom line was I killed it. And the bottom line was a lot of that I've been researching for years. As far as the stuff that's in it, yeah, of course I wrote that.
He had some guys pass him some lines. Now, let me just go ahead and say this first and foremost. To his credit, I will give him credit for this. He's right. A lot of your favorite rappers, they don't have quote unquote ghostwriters, but they have helpers in the studio with them. A lot of your favorite rappers, man, they get in the studio and they have like a bunch of dope MCs around them giving them lines. Like if they get stuck, like me as a rapper, it takes me sometimes a while to write a good verse because I'll write a good verse and they'll have a couple, whack lines or lines that just may not be that good, and I take those lines out and replace them with better lines. That's a process. It takes me a while, especially if you got like a full-time job and you doing rap on the side, you're trying to make it your full-time thing, but you're kind of doing it, after your 9 to 5. It takes a while to get a really, really dope verse because you constantly tweaking stuff or you might get stuck. Well, if you're in the studio and you got 5 other dope MCs right there, you can't get stuck because if you do get stuck, they'll help you out. So it makes the process a lot faster and it makes the verse a lot better. A lot of your favorite rappers do this. Hear me real clear. A lot of your favorite rappers do this. They write in a team environment. They're the captain of the writing, but they got several people helping them out. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to say any names, but I do know for a fact that there's one particular rapper who makes great diss records that does have helpers in there with him. And he's made some incredible diss records with helpers in there with him. I'm not going to say who it is, but that's a fact. So I will say that. So in Benzino's defense, that does happen a lot in hip hop. However, when it comes to diss records, man, you can't have no help. We don't respect that. As real MCs, we don't respect that. It's like doing homework versus a test. If you in school, you doing homework assignments, it's cool to have a group, because y'all trying to learn. But when it comes to that test, it's just you. If you had help with that test, it's called cheating. Same way in hip hop, man. When it comes to battle rap, that's your test. All your commercial records and all that, it's cool to get help, little lines here and there. Like I said, most of your favorites do that. They get helpers to help them when they write their commercial hits. Nothing wrong with that, man. It's a group project. We care about the end result. We care about the product going to the customer. So that's fine. But when it comes to battle rap, a battle, that's got to be all you, man. It's got to be all you. It's not acceptable. The only acceptable time that I thought it was cool to have people helping them with diss tracks was when you had people like Dr. Dre and Eazy-E going at it, because we know that, like, especially for Eazy wasn't a good rapper at all. He had to have people help him. So when Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg is dissing him, and of course Dr. Dre got help. He got Snoop, he got DOC, he got, all the writers at Death Row helping him with his raps. It's only fair that Eazy-E went and got a BG knockout and Gangsta Drakester to write him. So when he did Real Compton CDGs, of course you're gonna have help. So that's acceptable. That's probably the only instance I can think of in hip hop history where I think it's okay to have ghostwriters helping you. Now, you had Foxy Brown, Lil' Kim, I don't know, about, who wrote who when they was dissing each other, because I do know that both of them had ghostwriters, so I don't know. But in general, when it comes to diss tracks, it's not acceptable to have a ghostwriter. So when Benzino admitted that he had some guys pass him some lines, nah, bruh. Nah, man. You know what I'm saying? He had a lot of people rooting for him, too. Cue to Tyra Banks. We're rooting for you. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't rooting for him, but a lot of people were rooting for him, and he let them down when he admitted he had ghostwriters, man. You can't do that, Benzino. I hear where you're coming from. You got to defend yourself, but nah, man. I'd rather you just make a video and state the facts that you've been researching, because he said he was doing researching. I'd rather you just get on video and just talk about the research you did against Eminem rather than just have somebody write a rap for you. So he's disqualified, man. Even though that rap Elvis was pretty dope, disqualified, man. You know what I'm saying? Eminem won. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, shout out to Benzino and Eminem, man. I'm all for unity, man. Even though I thought Benzino was way out of order with him and Dave Mays tried to really go against Eminem and destroy his career with the racist tapes. I thought that was below the belt, man. I thought it was lame. And I thought it was lame how they took a whole magazine, which was the Bible of hip hop, and used that magazine against one of the rappers in hip hop. It kind of tainted the Source brand, and the Source was never the same since then. It lost its credibility, and as a hip hop fan, it was heartbreaking to see the hip hop Bible lose its credibility. But the Source magazine sure did lose its credibility when they, was going in, and then they had like Benzino did an album and they gave it 5 mics. They gave a Benzino album so. Shout out to Benzino, but brother, you and Dave Mays, y'all ruined the hip hop Bible, and that's like a cardinal sin, But we can let bygones be bygones, man. Hopefully, these two brothers can piece it out, because I want to see unity in the world. I want to see all rap beefs end. You don't gotta like nobody. You don't gotta be friends with somebody, but you can exist peacefully, because we gotta set an example to the world. We gotta be better for the world. We gotta have peace and unity in the whole wide world, man. And we can't be doing all this beef stuff, man. We can't. So hopefully they can patch it up and at least agree to disagree and coexist. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of coexist and disagreeing, man, Mos Def, my brother, if I had like a donkey of the day, or you played yourself, Benzino would get it, and then Mos Def would get it again, because Mos Def, of course, I covered this in the video, how Mos Def said that Drake wasn't hip hop, he was more pop. So again, you jump out the window and say Drake is not hip hop. So at that point, Mos Def put his hip hop judgment hat on and said, I'm gonna judge what's hip hop and what's not hip hop, because Drake wasn't traditional. He's not traditional. He's more pop. He's not hip hop. Then Mos Def turns around and puts on a skirt and takes a picture of it in a skirt. Unacceptable. Now, wearing a skirt in and of itself, I'm not saying that's unacceptable. I'm the one who defended, guys, making movies with wearing skirts, wearing a dress. The Marlon Wayans and the Tyler Perrys and the Kevin Harts. It's cool to do it for art. Young Thug wore a dress on the Jeffrey album cover. I don't have no problem with Mos Def putting this skirt on, but don't tell people that certain things ain't hip hop, but then you put on the skirt, because you can make an argument that wearing a skirt is not hip hop. Again, let me be clear. I don't have no problem with dudes wearing skirts or dresses if they want to for their art. If that's your artistic expression, I ain't mad at it. But don't sit there in judgment and tell us what's not hip hop, bro. Don't do that, man. You played yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people were backing you, saying that, yeah, man, that's not hip hop. Drake ain't hip hop. I said Drake was hip hop. Drake is completely hip hop. But don't sit in the seat of judgment saying something isn't hip hop, but then you do something that could be considered not hip hop. So yeah, Mos Def, man. Take this L with that one, man. I love you, Yasiin Bey. I should say, I love you. You're a legend. We love you, man. But take that L, man. You played yourself, man. Don't sit there and judge me. If you want us to be open-minded and accept you wearing a skirt, if you want us to have that open-mindedness, don't be closed-minded when it comes to Drake. And Drake is hip-hop. Drake is one of the best artists of this generation. And he's completely hip-hop. He can rap his butt off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know he had help with some songs. Like I said, all your favorites had help for the most part. But Drake is hip-hop, man. Mos Def, stop telling people what's not hip-hop if you're going to wear skirts and stuff. Just my opinion, man. Speaking of hip-hop, man, before I get into new music, man, I want to talk about Run DMC. Run DMC has a documentary on Peacock called Kings from Queens, the Run DMC story. It's a 3-part documentary on Peacock, and it's excellent, man. I recommend you watch it, man. It gives the whole Run DMC backstory, man. How they, grew up and how it's Queens. And there's a lot of stuff I didn't realize. I didn't know about Run. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to spoil it, but Run background, I didn't know. His connection with Curtis Blow. DMC, a lot about him I didn't know. His academic background, I didn't know. It was real good though, man. Rest in peace, Jam Master Jay. We miss you, Jam Master Jay. We love you, Jam Master Jay. Much love and prayers go to his family, his loved ones. Great documentary. But I will say though, I'm a hip hop historian myself. This documentary wasn't exhaustive. They didn't cover every little thing, man. There's a lot I just know from just interviews, watching interviews and read magazines over the years, they didn't cover. Like, there was a lot of friction between DMC and Run and the rest of the group. That wasn't really covered, you know what I'm saying? Here's the thing, man. I'm in my 40s, man, and it's funny how when you get old enough and you watch documentaries on stuff that you lived through, that you were alive, and then you can critique it because you were alive back then. You know, I read the magazines. I watched all the rap TV shows. You know, we didn't have social media back then, so every media outlet, it was easier to see everything. I read all the Source magazines, Vibe magazines, Double XL magazines. I watched all the rap videos and all the rap video shows, Rap City, Yo MTV Raps. So I lived through this stuff when it was actually happening, you know what I'm saying? So I know they didn't cover everything, you know, so it wasn't completely exhaustive. And when I was reading the credits, both Reverend Run and King DMC, they were executive producers on it. So they had say so. So of course they're not gonna show some of the uglier stuff. And it's funny because a lot of times it takes a third party, an outside party, and sometimes it takes an unauthorized version to come out to really see everything, you know. I remember, you know, shout out to my daughter. My daughter loves the Tribe Called Quest, you know, and I'm so proud of her. She's 14 and that's her favorite rap group is Tribe Called Quest, you know what I'm saying? I was showing her the documentary a couple weeks ago. We watched the Tribe Called Quest documentary and we saw like the stuff in there, and there was friction between Phife and rest in peace Phife, between Phife and Q-Tip, and I think Q-Tip felt the way about it coming out, even though he agreed to do it, but Michael Rappaport produced it, and it was a lot of backlash because they didn't want him to show that. But it's like, those are the best documentaries when you show everything. So a lot of times it takes a person from the outside documenting it that's not biased, that's not afraid to show the good, the bad, and the ugly, that will still do it with respect though. You know, I think you got to treat our legends with respect. Don't be disrespectful, but at the same time, don't make it all cupcakey. This documentary was a little bit cupcakey. It was a little bit like they left some of the uglier stuff out of there, you know what I'm saying? Even when it comes to Jam Master Jay, rest in peace to him, you know. If you really look at the story of the three men being charged for his murder and their connection to him, it's nasty. It's real nasty. The documentary didn't get into that at all, you know what I'm saying? And maybe it's for legal reasons, but when you look at the people who are charged with Jam Master Jay murder, you know, those are his people that allegedly set him up, allegedly. Just nasty, you know what I'm saying? They didn't cover that either, but shout out to Run DMC, man. I saw a part of the documentary. They showed them perform at Yankee Stadium this past summer. They performed for the 50th anniversary of hip hop performance, anniversary show at Yankee Stadium. And just watching it, man, I almost had tears in my eyes. Like I would have loved to be there. You know, I would have loved to see them perform. I hope and pray one day I can see Run and DMC perform because it's just legendary, man. Their contribution to hip hop, you know, giving flowers is important, man. You know, especially when we just lost, Carl Weathers, and you see everybody giving these amazing tributes to Carl Weathers, man. And it's like, it's kind of sad because I don't recall any of these tributes while he was alive. You know what I'm saying? You know, even myself, I didn't really talk about Carl Weathers, but he meant a lot to me. So having said that, with our legends like Run DMC, man, we need to give them their flowers, man, and just give them all the praise they deserve because they paved the way, especially for, I'm an MC. I'm an MC at heart. I've been rapping since I was, 6, 7 years old, and Run DMC is the reason, a big part of the reason. So I would love to see them perform, man, live. So I hope and pray that I get that opportunity. But man, such a powerful group. I can't say enough how much I appreciate Run DMC. I hope that y'all watch that documentary on Peacock, man. Kings from Queens, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and check that out, man. You know what I'm saying? Onrea Initiative, let's get it. All right, man, let's get into some new music, man, for the week, man. I did check out a few things on the new music front, man. The Alchemist and Hit Boy, they had a song come out several months ago. They just put out a 3-song EP called, Theodore and Andre, you know what I'm saying? Very interesting title, man. They got 3 songs. My favorite song out of the 3 is Main Event. It's the second song, and the second half of that song, Alchemist, raps over a different beat. Beat is crazy, man. Very, very dope song. All 3 of the songs are dope, man. Check it out and let me know what you think about it, man. By the way, when I'm doing all these reviews and stuff and talking about stuff, I want y'all to join in the conversation. Find the YouTube and leave a comment, or go on Spotify and put a review. Just let me know what you think about some of these topics, man. I want to discuss this stuff with you. I feel like y'all watching this, y'all like my homeboys and homegirls, you know what I'm saying, watching the video. So y'all like my friends. So let me know what y'all think about the Hit Boy and Alchemist project, man. Also, man, shout out to my Detroit rapper, Icewear Vezzo. He put out a new project, Live from the 6. You know what I'm saying? I'm so old, man. Like, I never knew 6 Mile was called the 6. I think a few years ago, I heard Payroll say it on the song, man. They call 6 Mile the 6. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Growing up, we just called 6 Mile 6 Mile. You know, McNichols Road is 6 Mile. And for the promo for this album, the McNichols / 6 Mile bus, they had a marketing campaign where Icewear Vezzo paid for bus fare for the whole day. So you can ride the 6 Mile bus for free, courtesy of Icewear Vezzo. Very, very dope marketing tactic, man. If you're from Detroit, you know that's dope, man. I remember I went to Renaissance High School, and at the time, my aunt lived on the east side, off East 6 Mile. And I used to catch the 6 Mile bus sometimes on Friday to the east side to go see her and stay over her house for the weekend, and then she'd drive me home on Sunday. But I caught the 6 Mile bus a lot, going west to east. You know what I'm saying? From west side 6 Mile to east side McNichols, man. So that was a dope marketing ploy. But you got to be from Detroit to really love it, man. And hopefully Detroit stand behind this project, man. It's a dope album, man. My favorite songs in there is Perfect with the Baby. Very, very dope song. I Ain't Mad at You. Very, very, very dope song. And Different Day. Those are my 3 favorite songs from the album, man. Perfect, I Ain't Mad at You, and Different Day. Very, very dope album, man. Very, very dope project. You make the city proud with this, Icewear. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully the album get that recognition it deserves, man. You know, shout out to Icewear Vezzo. You know what I'm saying? Real quick on the music front before I get off new music. This ain't a new project, but it is a new freestyle, man. T.I. got a son, Domani, that raps. If you don't know Domani Harris, man, T.I.'s son, get up on him, man. He dropped a freestyle on Shay 45 with DJ Who Kid that went bananas, man. And I know it's good to see a lot of the blogs picking it up, you know, giving it some publicity. I want to give it some publicity as well, man. Check it out.
A slap in the face, what the fuck did you say? Nigga, tell me who raised you. I built the whole table and made a whole plate for you niggas ungrateful. Fake this tasteful. Then when they see face, they playful. Lot of go teeth around me, nigga, read the room. We consuming 3s and 2s. The niggas that's not on they P's and Q's and they run up. Nigga get done up from sun up to sundown. Now OG gon' come down and ask me to stop. OG, I'm not. Get put at the bottom for playing my top. Who the fuck follow me back to my spot? End up like black fire, end up like pot. Who the fuck calling me? Thought it was a robbery. Show you the part of me, got from my pops. I show you the part of me, only come out of me. Molded like pottery into a man. Mama so proud of me, it's what it gotta be. I believe all of you niggas some fans. I spit on your property, kick up the grass. Who the fuck stopping me? Who the fuck can? If it wasn't for God, I'd be already probably been kill me a nigga. No Ku Klux Klan like 2 bus downs. I wanna be seen. Who the fuck said I wanna be king? I built a machine. God dealt me a queen. God dealt me an ace, and I played in my dreams. Then he pick up my hand and I'm doing my thing. How did he manage to make it upstream when the streaming services deleted purchases, corrupt the algorithms, wrap my Percocets and fuck your skirt and dress and call it entertainment? Feel the turbulences, feel the currents lifting, feel the earth is shifting, feel the purpose missing. Where's the message in it? Who's encouraging it? Who's investing in it? Who's it hurting really? Who's the leverage give it to in journalism? Start rewarding shit and give it to him straight and twist the verbiage in it. Who's it hurting? Tell me, hey.
Fatality.
I had a dream about this and I seen it so vividly. Round at the rent through the answer, what the hell they got into me? Shit, I inspired my enemies. They want their kids to be higher up big as me down. Just like the fam, if you was successful, that be who I am. If you was successful, that feel the neglect too. All home alone in the guest room. I ain't complaining, but pictures been painted, procession been tainted, but really it ain't it. Fuck if it was, nigga, I'm good. Talent is talent, it's not from the hood. That's the main reason my brothers say squeezy. You made them believe that he need to be hood, but nigga, we good. Nigga, we feasted, nigga, we stood 10 toes down, misunderstood. If it goes down, please knock on wood. If it goes down, I pick up my crown, I pick up my town. I figured I should, I figured I'd do it. Nigga, I do it and do it the best that I learned from the king, nigga.
The boy went off, man. You know, shout out to Who Kid for the platform. And apparently they got more freestyles in the tuck, apparently. You know what I'm saying? But it's dope to see, man. You know, the kids are legends because T.I. is a hip hop legend. You know, he's I think, in my opinion, pound for pound, when it comes to Southern rap, I put him as number 1 over everybody, man. Over Andre 3000, over Scarface, and those are all dope artists, man. Over Ludacris, I put T.I. as the number 1 lyricist from the South, in my humble opinion. And to see his son, you know, a lot of times the children don't necessarily, you know, live up to the hype. You know what I'm saying? In any profession, whether it be law, acting, but it's good to see the seed live up to this. And Domani let y'all know that he on that level. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to him, man. Shout out to, hopefully we get more freestyles, more music, man. It's a blessing though, man. Shout out to T.I., man. As a father myself, man, I want to recognize that, as a dad, I know you have to be real proud to see your son ripping the microphone like that. So shout out to him, man. Staying on music, man. Club Shay, you know what I'm saying? Usher came on Club Shay for another dope interview. Shannon Sharp stayed killing it, man. He stayed killing it with these interviews, man. Now, this interview apparently was filmed a little while ago because they were asking about predictions for the Super Bowl, and this is way before, because they were talking about teams that aren't even in it anymore. So it was filmed a few weeks back, but he talked about, his career, how he, came from Chattanooga to Atlanta, how he used to, live with P. Diddy in New York to get developed as an artist, and how, how he came up. He used to watch Beyonce and Destiny's Child when they were coming up. He used to like kind of watch over them, like not babysit, but kind of watch over them when they were like younger. He was in a group. He was supposed to be in a group with Jay-Z and Pharrell. You know what I'm saying? That was crazy. That didn't work out for whatever reason. I don't know, but that would have been crazy. He talked about his residency in Las Vegas. He's done over 100 dates, which, and I think less than a year is crazy. He talked about, the controversy, how like a lot of guys don't want to bring their girlfriends there, you know what I'm saying? Because Keke Palmer had the whole incident with her child's father. He talked about that. He talked about his new album. He's going independent. I put that in quotes because, he's got L.A. Reid backing him, and I'm sure they got some kind of major label system helping him. But he's doing an independent album. It's coming out around the time that his performance on the Super Bowl comes out. Now, I'm still mad about the Lions losing the NFC Championship, so I'm not watching Super Bowl, but I will probably set my alarm or something and watch Usher perform. But, I'm boycotting the Super Bowl. I'm still bitter about the Lions, man, but I'm going to watch Usher perform in his halftime show. It'll be dope. Let me know what y'all think, man. A couple quick hitters before we get out of here, man. I made the vow that I was going to review all of the movies that are nominated for Academy Awards. So I did watch Barbie on HBO Max, or Max as it's called now. And I wanted to see what all the hype was about. Why is Barbie, a movie based off a kid's toy, nominated for Best Picture Oscar? I was really confused about that. And I watched the movie. It was a pretty good movie, man, but I didn't like it because I thought it was really male bashing, man. I'm down with the whole feminist movement. I know that women have been mistreated, historically, but they literally, in my opinion, painted every single male in this movie in a bad light. Every single one, in my humble opinion. And I might be in a minority here, but I just didn't like the whole male bashing thing, man. I just didn't like it, man. All men aren't like the same, you know what I'm saying? I don't like stereotypes, especially as a black man. I don't like for stereotypes to exist, to say that all men are this way, all women are this way, all black people are this way. I don't like stereotypes. And this movie pretty much stereotyped all men to be just incompetent, stupid, I don't know, man. What do y'all think? Am I tripping? But I thought the Barbie movie, man, was really real heavy on the male bashing. I'm cool with the women empowerment, but you don't gotta bash men to lift up women. I don't think you don't gotta bash nobody to lift up nobody. You can lift up women and glorify women without having to just be so hard on all the men is this way. All the men are chauvinistic and stupid and full of themselves. Every man mistreats a woman. All of us are like that. Yeah, I don't know about that. I wasn't really feeling the Barbie movie, man, but maybe I'm tripping. Am I tripping? Y'all let me know. You know what I'm saying? Last story, man. New York Times, man, is at it again, man. Allison Kruger from the New York Times, man. Take this L real quick, man. Listen to this headline in the New York Times. They will take the Travis Kelce hairdo, that is, not since Jennifer Aniston has a haircut become so popular. Barbers in America and abroad are being inundated with requests for the Travis Kelce, which is basically like a fade, basically, a haircut. Travis Kelce got a fade. Like let's just keep it real. Like the black dudes have a fade. I should have come here today. I didn't come here. I would have showed y'all my fade, but Travis Kelce didn't invent this, and it's not called a Travis Kelce. And people in the black community get this haircut all the time. As a matter of fact, we call it the Boosie fade, even though Boosie didn't invent the fade. The fade been around way before Boosie, but we jokingly call it a Boosie fade. Lil Boosie keeps his haircut a lot. But Travis Kelce didn't invent this, man. And I think that, and I didn't read the story because I don't pay for the New York Times. So I'm not going to totally bash the story because I haven't read it. But the headline is just inaccurate, The picture of Travis Kelce has a caption underneath it that says, one barber in New Brunswick, Canada said he received at least 50 requests for Travis Kelce's haircut last week alone. Now, maybe in, white America or, the greater America, they're just not seeing this haircut. But black men have got this haircut for you. And a lot of white men get this haircut too. Kelce ain't the first one. And Kelce's had this haircut as long as I've known about him. He's had the same fade, the blend, you know what I'm saying? And again, here's my thoughts on cultural appropriation. I have no problem with other cultures partaking in quote unquote black style. I have no problem with it at all. A lot of people get mad when the white girls get braids. I don't have no problem with that at all. I think we should be able to be secure enough to let everybody enjoy our stuff, enjoy our food, enjoy our culture, enjoy our music. But what I don't like is the disrespect when we don't get credit for it, or we get diminished, or it's as if black people didn't exist, as if Travis Kelce invented this haircut. Just like they said Taylor Swift, and the Kansas City Chiefs invented swag surfing. Cut it out, man. Again, shout out to Travis Kelce. Shout out to him, man. I heard him. He put a comment under Club Shay's or the Nightcaps Instagram saying that what I'm saying, the headline is wild. These stories are wild. So Kelce, it's not his fault. He didn't promote this, none of that stuff. And it's okay for somebody of a white culture or another culture to enjoy our stuff. We should all share in each other's culture. I don't have no problem with partaking in stuff from other cultures. It's nothing wrong. So I don't believe the whole culture appropriation BS about how other cultures can't enjoy our stuff. It's just give the proper credit and don't act like you invented it. Give respect, That's all we're saying. Give respect. I have no problem with sharing in cultural things. Just don't take credit for it. And this author, man, Alison Kruger, I don't like the headline. It's just kind of misleading. Just like I didn't like that swag surfing headline. And I think the editor, whoever's in charge for these articles going out, need to just approach these people and say, look, it's okay to write about it, but put the proper context in it. You know what I'm saying? And if you're going to make a headline, it's okay to talk about how Travis Kelce is making this haircut popular, but it's already been popular. Just kind of put all the facts out there. I don't like this stuff, man. It's crazy, man. But that's all I got for today, man. Run DMC podcast, episode number 20, man. Please make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? Follow me on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts at. Follow me, leave a comment, share it with somebody, man. Share it with somebody, you know what I'm saying? We are making our way towards 300 subscribers. We want to hit that by the end of the week. It's our goal, 300 subscribers. So please subscribe. Share this in your social media stories on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, or X as they call it now, TikTok. Share the podcast, man. Help us grow because we want to keep talking about the important topics, but add a positive spin on it, man. I love everybody. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what race you are. I don't care what gender you are. I don't care what sexuality you are. I love you. I want you to take initiative to make your life all that you want it to be. You know what I'm saying? We all in this together. We all fighting the good fight together. Let's stick together and let's just make this world better, man. And let's all fulfill our dreams, man. Episode 20, Onrea Initiative. I'm out.